Thursday, August 5th. The year is running away from me. Good morning, good day. GH Gilal on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Welcome to the National Outlook. We congratulate the Honourable Minister of Home Affairs, Mr. Robeson Ben. National Law Enforcement Team formed to tackle the trafficking of firearms and ammunition. A good thing. I'm glad it's happening. I wish it had happened before, like so many other things in this country, but I commend the Minister for putting this team together. Most of the names I don't know, I'm not familiar with, but they are senior enough to move things along, and to develop norms about regulations, enhancement of training in surveillance of firearms, border crossings, domestic software to facilitate intelligence gathering, on and on and on. Good things. Firearms are a plague on this country. We don't only have the COVID-19 virus as a plague and corruption as a plague, but we have crime. I mean, we're not talking about white collar, which is bad enough. We're talking about street crime and house crime and commercial crimes happening against business places, and you and I on the street, in the marketplaces, going into a store, coming out of a bank. Crime is a problem, and usually they are within a firearm is used, an illegal firearm. Two men have an argument on the street. Pick a random situation, an argument around the street, and the next thing you know, a firearm is whipped out. So people are walking, they're packing heat. They're packing heat, as we say, and it's highly likely, 99% of the time, it's an illegal firearm. So we need some control. Quite frankly, I don't think the government knows, this one or the other one, how many guns we have out there, illegal guns. We are a gun-plagued and a gun-riddled society. So I think this National Firearm Enforcement Team is a much-needed thing. But in addition to that, we need two other things to go along with it. Whilst the borders and surveillance and all of that is being put in place, we need our policemen to be honest enough to know what's going on in the street. They're not going to know everything. And to police incorruptibly, cleanly. By that I mean, remember I spoke about a fight breaks out and a guy pulls out a gun. He doesn't run home. He has it on him. That's illegal. So we may have it in our cars. When that is detected and that firearm is discovered, it must not go down the tubes as, let's work it out. We know what happens with traffic offenses, and those are much smaller, meaning it's a 5,000 or a 3,000 or whatever is available, or whatever the policeman, the corrupt policeman, police officer demands, and what can be afforded. But here's this, with a gun, now we're talking bigger money. We're talking, I don't know, tens of thousands of dollars, because there's a lot of penalties, severe penalties involved. So whilst this enforcement team is doing its work, our clean cops need to be doing their work out there, and our clean cops need to be speaking out against their unclean comrades, in uniform, who may be letting go for a price those who have firearms. Our judiciary is the second prong, or the third prong of this. We can discover all the guns, but if the men are going to be put back out on the street, we're going to have a problem. Early in the week last week I read about someone who actually shot a businesswoman and was out on bail, and now he skipped town. Oh, how could that be? How could that be, my fellow Guyanese, I ask you? So our judiciary has to be conscious of what's going on in the environment, of the impact, the fear, the injuries that are happening because of crimes with firearms and crime in general, so as to be a bit more stringent in the granting of bail where firearms are in possession, and firearms are in possession and have been used. Why was that fellow on bail? So we've got to not just close a door, we've got to close the front door, the back door, and all the windows too, so as to lock things in and lock them down. Minister Ben, a good thing? Let's put the other pieces in motion and together. GHKLL on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM. This was the